Welcome to the adventures.
Yes, what an adventure it is, isn't it? We was actually on vacation last week, or some people would call it a workcation for me, a vacation for her.
You had staycation.
Yeah, I had staycation. Work on that old log cabin thing. Yeah.
You got to relax a little bit. Don't let him fool you. That recliner, I'm sure, called his name plenty of times.
Not till after 7 o'clock.
No, but he also went up to the church and worked on the church. That was
Did some stuff at the church, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so after coming back, we were actually off for 9 days because our vacation time fell onto the holiday, and FedEx gave us Tuesday for the holiday, and so we had consecutively 9 days off. So it really made us
not want to come back to the truck.
Think deeper on the topic of how often should you be coming off the road, and why, and how do you kind of judge that, and how do we judge that, and how has it worked well for us so that we are able to accomplish better things, more things, be more successful. And our plan is to come out of the truck as healthy as we came in.
If we didn't have a church to tend to and a house to tend to, we could probably stay out longer, but we have so much things that we do when we're at home.
We have home life.
The 2 days that we are home is never enough to get everything done, so we actually have to take off just to get caught up. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
but
that does happen. Yeah. So each of you have your own goals, and some of you have houses, some of you have apartments, some of you don't. Some of you live in big bunks or regular sleepers, and so it really looks like a lot of different things for a lot of people. We have team drivers, we have solo drivers, and it's really wide spectrum. And so we want to kind of give some overarching information on what we find through all of our research, all of our experience on what helps keep you safe and why. And so a lot of it comes down to mental and physical fatigue. And that is a whole nother deep discussion, but it comes down to, are you sleeping well? Have you been eating well? Are you feeling well?
Are you fresh behind the steering wheel? Are
you getting road rage? Different things. So you can start asking these questions. Okay, yeah, I'm still sleeping well. So then probably mentally, you're not mentally fatigued as much, because when your mind starts to get fatigued, then you start sleeping less. It really affects your sleep. And then also, if you're not eating well, it affects your sleep. And when you're not eating well and you're living off of caffeine, you really feel that roller coasters of those highs and lows. And when the road has just been too much, then you start to develop some road rage. It happens to all of us. That's the honesty of it. We try to be transparent. And so kind of start gauging off of those things. And when you start to say yes, then it's time to start coming off the road. And so for us, we even put another factor into it. So 3 weeks ago, we had that Hurricane Debbie that we drove through for 4 days straight. The weather was pretty, bad. And we drive in snow and ice, and wherever you are, there is bad weather. And so have you driven in some pretty major storms that are consecutively and just a lot, and it's really mentally taxing on your mind? Maybe you experienced a close call and your mind is just really racing, and that adrenaline in your body is just really heightened. And those are times where, if you experience where your adrenaline is higher, you might need to come off the road sooner. So maybe it's at a 6 weeks benchmark, and you might need to come off for just 3 days, and you are not in the truck. When we say get off the road, even if you don't have a place, go get an Airbnb and get off the road, out of the truck, off the road.
It's imperative that you keep your mental state in as good a shape as possible. Your alertness. We were listening to the radio yesterday. They were talking about a story that a family of 4 crossed the middle lane, hit a truck driver head on, and somehow the truck driver staying in his lane, did nothing wrong.
The best he could do.
They found that he was 70% responsible for the accident because he may have been going too fast for conditions, or you have got to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
And so by proving that you have a good track record, that you're not doing the rolling resets, that you are actually stepping out of the truck every so often, you can show that pattern. It's really only going to help protect yourself further and keep yourself, like you said, mentally sharp. So maybe you haven't experienced it, and right now, the weather's really nice. It's kind of like golden driving, really. College kids are back, high school kids are back. There's no beach traffic, no holiday traffic, at least on the East Coast. We experience a lot of college kids and beach traffic. Like, it's in the swarms. And so right now we're at that lull of traffic, and it's nice. Like, it's pretty nice. And so maybe you can stay on. Like, we don't plan to come back off until like the holidays. Like, we're just gonna buckle down, and so that's going to be a 12-week stretch. But normally we don't like to go more than 12 to 16 weeks without coming off the road. And the longer you stay on a stretch for that 3 to 4 months, then come off longer. Maybe it's that you come off for a whole week. And so we really encourage taking time off. And when you take time off, don't just book a vacation where then you're going and you're just running, rest. Like, actually just rest and slow down. So I hope that's encouraging to you guys. We feel really accomplished. We got so much house projects done.
Here's some of the projects that I got done while she was at the beach. No, actually, I got a lift to take all the trim off around the windows. Had the lift for a day, and the lift started leaking hydraulic fluid like crazy.
God designed a rest for him.
And some of the spots where I got to get to the windows are 3 stories up, and I'm not going to take that trim off on the ladder, because if you know what log jam is,
yanking and banging and
the trim was actually put on with log jam, which is some crazy, ridiculous, sticky, icky stuff that, I'm not going to be 30 feet up in the air and yanking on a hammer. That's just not going to happen.
But we feel really accomplished. We feel really rested, really refreshed, and we feel like over the next 3 months we're going to be able to crank it out, lock it in, and really start knocking out that mortgage sum. And then when we are home, we have preloaded some rest time that we are going to be able to keep replacing those windows.
Willa Jean even had a good time at home last week. Mom was gone, and we was out playing hunting dog, getting the rabbits, right? Wasn't we? Yeah, we was out there getting the rabbits. Get out of my yard, rabbits! You don't belong here.
Even your pups need some downtime. But you guys, I really encourage you. The holidays are coming, especially after Christmas, New Year's time. The market does get slower. Right now we're in a little bit of a slow. If you're able to take time off, take some time off. I know some of you have some really big goals, and you're like, I can't afford that time. It's gonna make my goal go out further. No, it's gonna make you actually achieve your goal and come off the road mentally and physically healthy and spiritually healthy. Like, when you just push too hard, you start to get bitter-hearted. You start to get, not a good spirit, and so it's just not good for you guys. So take some time off and enjoy the beauty around you that God's created. You guys be safe and enjoy the adventures.
Bye.